For today's community roundup, I'm joined by Todd and Gary Alexander. Obviously, community roundup's brought to you by Brad's Furniture Appliances, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to come to the North Peace Arena and talk a little bit about the history and some of the highlights of the arena with two guys who probably have some of the most experience here. So first question, I guess the arena only opened up maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So how does it feel to be back in, your home?
Feels great. Running back and forth between the two has been a nightmare, and we're just happy to be here to get organized and carry on with what we're doing.
And Todd, I mean, you guys, like you said, you had to go to Pomeroy a bunch, and you haven't had really a home to play in. But obviously, those guys must have been great hosts to you. You mentioned taking care of the place because they took such good care of you. Just talk about what it was like for that period of time with just 2 sheets of ice for the whole city to try and battle for ice time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of younger guys that need their ice time as well as development, not just us. So there was a lot of sacrifices made, especially by the older age groups and with the way the rules stacked up and whatnot. So it was, we're very thankful that we had a place to go. We were able to skate till March. We couldn't thank everybody that went above and beyond their way to do the best that they could to make it normal for the players in the situation like that. So it was good. It was a learning lesson. It was something that none of us had gone through before. So hopefully we can take things like that and be a little more grateful going forward with the things that we do receive. So
yeah. And I mean, having new facilities, nice facilities is amazing, but there's just something about an arena with some history, an arena with some memories, and some, you can feel the history in it. And maybe Gary, what would be your earliest memory or one of your earliest fond memories of hockey or skating or whatever it is in the North Peace Arena?
Well, to start with, I guess it would be the first hockey game we got to play in the building, and that was in January of '73, I believe it was. And we had been out for a year or better at that time too, without anything but outdoor ice, and come into a new facility at that time, we were in toad heaven, and we really appreciated it, and we did really well here. We had a lot of ice time and a lot of championship wins over the years, and the building's been good to us, and we've appreciated every minute of it.
Well, and that brings me to my next one for Todd. Obviously, this place fairly recently, and for both of you fairly recently as coaches, but for Todd, recently as a player, you were able to win a championship here in it was 2010, and just a little bit about sort of that memory, and if that's not your best memory here, and maybe what is.
Lots of memories here for sure. There's all kinds of good stories, but as far as winning and have an atmosphere and things like that, for sure that game was pretty electric. A lot of these guys were pretty young when they were here watching the game, and a lot of the boys are still around that won that championship. So definitely special. It's the national championship. It's one of the oldest cups that you can win in Canadian history. So and to do that here in this building and share with everybody who came out and made such a loud atmosphere that day for us was something that obviously a guy will never forget and relish, and you lean on experiences like that when you're in new situations. So definitely it's super appreciative of the way it all played out, and we couldn't have done it in a better place.
And it's got to feel cool now, as as a coach, you what the energy feels like, what the rewarding feeling at the end of a successful season is like, and now you get to hand that off to the next crop of young guys from Fort St. John and from the Peace region. And when I look up on the the history, the trophies, the walls, the old pictures, it's funny to look and see some of the names that start to make a name for themselves in the Peace region in Fort St. John. Are there any that that you think of that are builders of the game here in Fort St. John that have gone on or have stayed in Fort St. John and gone on to great careers in business or in life in general? I'll start with Gary.
Well, there's numerous people that have moved on from here and been quite successful in life and climbed up ladders of different kind. We as a group with the Huskies feel that we have helped numerous boys with work commitments and ladder climbing for them, and it's such a many years of it that I can't really explain all of it.
Yeah.
But, we just we've been blessed, I would say, that to have what we have had with everybody here.
And maybe, I think of one name that I don't know if he did Huskies games, but Jim Hewson back in the day was a longtime supporter and called some Flyers games in their heyday. And so, you think of some of these names and people, and you take it to the kids who are now graduating out of, junior B, and they're going on to play college. Todd, I was talking to a couple of players where, it seems like that's the goal now, as opposed to just I'll play until I can't play and then I kind of move on with life. It's like, hey, there's a culture here in the city of going on to great things and making the best of yourself. And maybe just a kind of a final wrap-up word on that for the young people, whether it's hockey or figure skating or speed skating, for the ice availability, just going on to the next thing from Fort St. John.
Yeah, I'm glad that you touched on some other sports too, because we got some great athletes in town, period. I know that a lot of their coaches and whatnot, they share the same vision of always trying to do the best that they can to prepare these guys for the next opportunity, if that's something that they choose to go after. I mean, we do still have a pretty unique dressing room culture where, I do have players that are here and they know that that's it, and then I got some guys that are, they're not sure what's going on in life, maybe college, maybe work, and then I got some guys that are very focused and they really want to get back to the next level. So in fairness to those guys, everybody else has to show up to the rink with the same amount of drive and the same amount of push, otherwise those guys won't get better and they won't get their opportunity. So we don't want to have the culture where, we're going to let each other down and not prepare each other each and every week to be better. So those are things that like my dad touched on a little bit earlier there, that we pride ourselves upon, and that is what we are. We're a people organization, and we're here to make good people first, and if we make good people, then at the end of the day we'll have good hockey players too.
Absolutely, and I mean, there's no better place to make some memories than this. I've had an opportunity now to skate on it. I know what it's all about. I know the excitement, and you guys are getting ready for a game tonight, so I'll let you go. I really appreciate it. For the Community Roundup, brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances, I'm John, he's Gary, that's Todd. Thanks for watching.